Welcome back to Ask the Advisor. You ask, I answer. This is video number 3, next 4 questions. During the break, though, Heather, you were telling me something that I wanted you to share.
Yeah, I was thinking back to that day when you were 23 years old after college graduation and you were applying for jobs and you knew that you were not going to go into the field for what you had studied for, which is psychology.
Right.
So,
which is funny because I did.
Yes.
I didn't think I was, but I absolutely did.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you've come so far.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's my friend. Yeah. I love it. Okay, so I'm ready.
Okay. So, first question.
Yes.
What is your investment philosophy?
My investment philosophy is in 6 parts. These are my guiding principles for how I make investment decisions. And they're so important, I didn't want to forget, I wrote them down. Okay? So my first one is, in establishing an investment plan, think long term, but visit the plan annually. This is important because when I put together a financial plan, usually they're for 30 years. If I can imagine, we just talked about how much has happened since I was 23, what happens in 30 years. Well, it could look completely different. We have to think long-term in investing, and we also have to review that plan annually to make sure we're still pointing in the right direction. That's my first philosophy. Seek quality investments is number 2. Absolutely, there's a lot of different kinds of investments out there. Even in the growth and speculation area, seek quality. And that's what I can help with. Manage risk and taxes. If we're trying to get long-term returns, 2 of the sneaky things that can pull those returns down are taxes over the years if we're not paying attention. And also, it is more difficult to recover from losses than it is just to get singles and doubles as you go along in your performance. The third one is rebalance with purpose. I see a lot of these auto rebalancers will just go back to every year or so rebalancing. It's a good idea to do rebalancing, but rebalance with purpose. What is the market doing currently? Have my goals changed? We're not just going to rebalance it back to some number that we had from the beginning necessarily. 5, adhere to tried and true strategies that work while being open to changing markets and new ideas. This is a very difficult balance to make. Adhere to tried and true strategies, but make sure you're looking at current markets and current investments and make sure it's going together. So this is something that I constantly try to balance. And number 6 might be one of the most important things, which is ignore the noise. And it is just as difficult for your advisor to do as it is for almost every investor. So if we can just ignore the noise and look at the plan, it ends up being the best decision.
So, number 2.
Okay.
What benchmarks do you use?
Yours. I don't have a benchmark, right? What do you mean mine? We come up with your benchmark when we meet. So when we form a financial plan, the plan will tell us what return we need to achieve to meet your goals long term. If we do better than that, was it a whole lot better because maybe we took on too much risk? And if it's not good enough, we need to shift. We're constantly looking at your personal benchmark. Having a benchmark of the stock market or anything else does me no good and does you no good. We need to meet your goals with your benchmark and make sure we're taking the appropriate amount of risk for what you need to achieve.
Number 3.
Okay.
Are you a fiduciary?
I am, yes. So my license, being a registered investment advisor, allows me to manage money on a discretionary basis, and that requires me to act as a fiduciary, which means I am bound to make decisions on my client's best interests before my own. So If my client chooses to go into a traditional brokerage account, I still hold myself to a high standard of fiduciary responsibility and integrity to make the proper recommendations and know my client. But when I'm acting as a registered investment advisor in those fee-based discretionary accounts, absolutely, I'm a fiduciary.
Number 4.
Okay.
What's a personality trait that differentiates you as a financial advisor?
I have to go on the feedback that I received over the years, which is my communication style and my personality. That is what differentiates me, because that's what I hear consistently over the years differentiates me from my prospects and clients who have met with other advisors. I hear very often, that's the first time I understood what an advisor was talking about, or it's the first time I understood that concept. You made it sound so easy. I get it now. This is a common refrain, and it really means the world to me. I feel that empowering you to understand the basics of your wealth and your plan and what you're trying to achieve are really important. And if I can put those into words and explain it so that you understand it and it brings a sense of comfort, that's my favorite thing. So I think that's what differentiates me.
That's it. That's
We're through 4.
Yes.
That went quickly.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So on to the next 4 questions. Stay tuned. Welcome to the Rhino Investor Educational Series. Like and subscribe to charge along with us.